Welcome to The Wrong Time. I'm Jack Meno.
I'm Eli Buto.
I'm Nate Jones.
And I'm Bill Juice.
And today, it is the wrong time to be Cleveland coaches after 3 of them were fired in the past, was it 3 days?
3 days, yeah.
Ty Lue from the Cavs is gone after LeBron left and they found out that that was their entire team. Todd Haley and Hugh Jackson were fired from the Browns after yet another disappointing Browns season. They just can't seem to get their dumpster fire taken care of. It's bad. It's Cleveland's in trouble right now.
Well, I saw a lot of people that were trying to defend Ty Lue. What are you defending him? He barely even coached, and people feel sorry for him.
He wasn't even.
He wasn't the coach.
He wasn't that good of a coach even with LeBron. When in the finals when he didn't call a timeout after they got that rebound, he wasn't that great of a coach. They only won because LeBron was on that team.
Exactly, and he went to 3 straight finals, has an NBA championship, and he's a millionaire. Why do people feel bad for him because he got fired? I mean, yeah, I get you're out of a job, but dog, you can just chill for the rest of your life and not have to worry.
Yeah,
it's not like he was even doing anything. You could obviously tell LeBron was the coach.
Well,
he didn't do anything.
Yeah, okay. Well, you can tell now that LeBron was the coach because after, he left, they went 0-6 in their first 6 games, which is not a good thing at all. At all. So the Cavs are in trouble. But as the Browns, it
was time.
It's bad season after bad season with them, and they tried to keep Hugh Jackson because they keep firing all these coaches, and they're like, Hugh Jackson has a chance, he can be good. Browns win a couple games this year, and then they keep losing, and then they lose some more, and then Hugh Jackson gets fired, and then they figure out, hey, our offense freaking sucks too. So let's get rid of Todd Haley, the worst freaking coach in the entire world. Coach with the Steelers, and Steelers offense was just terrible.
And then they right now, Greg Williams is the interim head coach right now.
And have you seen him? He's good.
He'll be good. I like him. He has a Super Bowl.
He's intense,
but still,
he's an intense head coach. I like how he coached the defense, and if he can do that as he steps up as a head coach.
Yeah, because the defense is top in the league. The Browns' defense isn't bad.
We lead the league in takeaways still. We have since week 1, he's a good defensive coordinator. I just want to see how he's going to be as a head coach.
If they're leading the league in takeaways, then that just shows that their offense can't put up points.
Mm-hmm.
If any other team could take the ball over that many times, or get the ball that many times for their offense, any decent offense, you'd have a winning record, because they stop them, which means they don't score, and then you score. It's simple. If the Browns had a decent offense and better play calling, they would have a winning record.
Yeah, especially if you get a turnover in the red zone, that's taking away a touchdown, and then if you score on that, that's a 14-point swing right there, which isn't just points but momentum right there too.
I still think that my original prediction of the Browns going a possible 7-8-1 this year is just totally and completely just off the table. This is not going to happen anymore. The Browns might not even win 3 games. I think that they might lose out for the rest of the season.
My prediction was 4-12, and that might not even happen either.
They'd be 4-11-1. But I think that you get rid of 2 of the top coaches, like head coach and offensive coordinator. That's a rebuild. And the owner's saying, "Oh, it's not a rebuild. We're just rebooting." No, you're not. You are rebuilding.
We've been in rebuild for how many
years? For 12 years.
Forever.
So if you're in a rebuild, do you start trading veteran players as well?
No. Yes.
Who's the
veteran player that we would get rid of?
Any of them. Guys. Any of the old guys that don't
freaking
play.
Many old guys on our team.
So do you blame them for trading Carlos
Hyde
Hyde now?
What?
Do you blame them for trading Carlos Hyde?
I never blame them for trading Carlos Hyde. We had Nick Chubb and Duke Johnson. Nick Chubb, who
underperforms every game.
Who was out?
Yeah, I would know that. My fantasy team did nothing.
Who was outplaying Carlos Hyde.
In the limited carries,
yeah. In the limit, they want to get him more carries. Duke Johnson coming for third down back and also get the ball more. And just Carlos Hyde wasn't doing much. He had averaged 2 yards a carry.
Nick Chubb just underperforms every single game that he plays.
He only underperformed last week. He has not underperformed.
It's really the only game that I saw him play.
Yeah, exactly. He only underperformed against the Steelers. That was it. before, other than that, he performed as well as you would want a rookie running back to perform.
I don't know. It looks like they want to build around Baker.
Yeah, they definitely want to build
And I
around
think they
Baker.
want to keep their young pieces like Chubb and Baker.
We need more.
Obviously-
we need more
obviously,
weapons. We
because-
need more receivers because all we have right now is Jarvis Landry. Everyone else is dropping passes. No one else is helping him out right now. We need to get a line and we need to get other targets other than Jarvis Landry.
And basically Duke Johnson's basically their second.
Rashard Higgins was doing pretty good
Yeah.
until he got hurt in week 3, 4?
Yeah, because
when he
this-
got hurt,
I saw that. I think Njoku didn't have any catches.
he didn't
but
have any
yeah,
catches
like,
last game.
The good news is that Tyrod will be a free agent after this year.
They're looking to trade him right now.
Yeah,
too.
Yeah, I mean he's accounting for $16 million on their salary cap, which is ridiculous.
I think you try to trade Tyrod back to the Bills. I think that the Bills would be very willing to take Tyrod
That's
back.
true.
I mean,
I mean-
no, their quarterback last night got injured at the end of the game. What's that guy's name?
Is,
Derek Anderson.
Derek
yeah.
Anderson, they had to put Peterman back in.
Yeah,
You
he
cannot
didn't-
start
he
Nathan-
didn't-
have
You
him.
can't start Nathan
He
Peterman.
didn't
How do you
start.
still-
He didn't start.
He didn't start, but he had to go back
No,
in.
but he's
Why
going
do
to
you
have
still
to start.
have
He's going to have to start
Why do
next
they
week.
still
if they don't
have
get
him?
if they don't get another quarterback, he's going to have to start the
Because
next
they don't
week.
have anybody else. See, that's why. The Bills, they signed Colin Kaepernick. He's better than all of them combined. It's still ridiculous to me he doesn't have a job.
Any
Colin
other
Kaepernick's still even,
quarterback
like,
would be
available?
better than Nathan Peterman.
I didn't know
right
if he
now.
like took himself off the.
Oh, he would. I'd be worried about how he'd perform after.
But still,
the absence.
he's definitely better
Okay,
than
the
Peterman.
problem that I see with signing Colin Kaepernick isn't anything like about his like character. I don't care that he needs for the national anthem. It's his rights. I don't give a shit. Okay, but if you sign him, he hasn't played in an NFL game for 3 years. He probably has not been training to play in an NFL game for 3 years. So, why sign him instead of somebody that's already in the NFL who's already on your team? Try to trade for Tyrod. Like,
Why not try to go for Josh McCown? Here's the thing: Josh McCown can help. Josh McCown can help.
are you serious?
Can help.
He's old.
Are you being
Yeah,
serious
Tyrod
right now?
Here's the thing.
is
Here's the
so
thing. Here's the
old.
thing. He can mentor Josh Allen. Who do they have that can mentor Josh Allen? Josh
Nathan
McCown
Peterman.
Josh. Yes, Nathan Peterman will mentor him to throw 5 picks a game.
Okay.
Josh McCown can mentor him. Let him play the rest of the season.
No.
So what about next year?
No.
What if McCown plays well? You're gonna
He
bench-
won't.
bench
He
Allen
won't.
Again, or? But there's always that question of what do you do?
Listen. Josh McCown played for the Browns that one season, and he was terrible. Whenever he played for the Jets, he was terrible. Whenever he was a starter in the league, he was terrible. If you want someone to be a mentor to your what could be your franchise quarterback, why would it be
What about Teddy
McCown.
Bridgewater?
Teddy Bridgewater would be a good pickup?
Who's he on the Saints?
Yeah,
he's on the
I
Saints.
think he's like a third string on the Saints.
Who's their second string then?
Might be Taysom Hill.
From BYU. Yeah, I think that's who it is.
So why not trade for Teddy? It can't be too high of a price.
Oh, that'd be smart because he was good. He was good before his injury.
Bryce Petty.
Is he
No.
even in the league anymore?
I don't think so.
Christian
He
Hackenberg.
definitely is.
Johnny Football. Sign him
No.
from Canada.
Comeback season.
Johnny Football just was terrible in Canada. That was really bad.
But a thing I saw about going back a little bit to the Browns, they wanted to build around Baker. Lincoln, I saw something about them trying to get Lincoln Riley.
I don't
From
think Lincoln.
Oklahoma.
I don't think Lincoln. I saw a thing. He doesn't. He just said he doesn't want it, and I don't know if that's to silence it for now. But I don't. I
Yeah,
don't
but
see him going.
that's also happened in prior stuff like this.
Yeah,
they
but-
came out and said no, and then eventually they do it. I think that would. I think that would help Baker a lot.
I think
get
it would
help,
help.
but I don't think he
I don't
would.
think
I think
he
that
would be
would-
the head. I think it would help him if he was the offensive coordinator.
Okay.
Not as a head coach.
Anytime a college head coach comes into the NFL and becomes a coach of some sort, it never works. Never. It never works. What's his name? Nick Saban was in the NFL and he did terrible.
Now look
If
at
you
him,
get back to
he's
college.
the
He's the best college
ever.
football coach ever.
Yeah, I think a lot of these good college coaches have qualities for the college game, whether it be recruiting. NFL is a totally different game.
I think
College
that you
is
have.
all in recruiting and developing players. NFL, you get them 75% developed at least, and you just go out and win.
No, I think that I agree. I think that the NFL, you have players that are experienced and they play for 10 plus years, and you find them after 5 years, and you're like, okay, then they're going to be good, and then you take it from there. College, you scout them since they were in high school, and you bring them to your team, and you have them for 4 years max. Sometimes it's not even that long. So I think that it definitely college coach never makes it in the NFL.
And
It
that's
never
what-
happens.
That's
Chip
what they're
Kelly,
talking about for the Browns job.
Terrible.
terrible. Chip Kelly was awful. Nick Saban was awful. Chip Kelly's even awful right now.
Bill O'Brien is on the
Texans,
fence,
he's
but
decent,
it's
The
but
yeah.
it's not like he's-
Texans are. Well, I mean, they have a winning record, but in a terrible division. So.
Yeah.
All right. Aside from that, moving on to the best thing I saw this weekend. Well, yeah, it happened this weekend. Jameis Winston, 4 picks. Fitzmagic came back in. It's back, baby.
No. What?
It is back. He almost led them to win that game. If they weren't down by that much when he went in, they would have won that game. I guarantee it.
I think that Fitzpatrick is very good in certain situations. I think that if you start him for too long, he'll deteriorate like he did this year. But at this point, you can't put Jameis back in.
No, you have to start.
You have to
Fitzpatrick.
keep Fitzpatrick in.
In the games he's been in this year, I think he's thrown 10. He's thrown like 4 touchdowns and 10 interceptions or something like that. Like some awful stat.
I never agreed with them starting Jameis over
No.
Fitzpatrick to begin with.
I didn't either.
I didn't agree with that.
I didn't
After how
agree
he was
with it.
playing in the beginning of the season, he plays bad for a half and you take him out.
I thought they were just taking in the Bears game. I thought they were just gonna like take him out just because I mean it was a
Right.
blowout.
Play him
point.
next game. Start him
And
next
like
game.
it it happens. Bad game. Put the backup in so he doesn't get hurt. Have him for next week. But no, the day after they announced Jameis Winston's back and he's gonna be the starter. Are you kidding me? He
Well-
lit up the league in the first 3 games. Had a bad 4th game. And then you take him out. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And you put Jameis Winston in. He's not good.
It's
He's
not that
a
he's not
turnover machine.
good. It's not that he's not good. It's
4
that
touchdowns and 10 interceptions. Is that good? That's Nathan Peterman-ish.
I'm not saying that Jameis is not good, but I'm saying that Jameis isn't bad. And Fitzpatrick isn't bad. I think that they're on almost equal levels, except for like the interception throwing thing. I think that Jameis doesn't play in the first 4 games. He's suspended for the first 4 games. He can't practice with the team. He's not ready, and they just slap him right in there.
Yeah, I agree.
And then-
I don't think Jameis is a terrible quarterback, but at the same time, there's no doubt that he's a bust. He was a number 1 overall pick. I feel like they're kind of stressed out to get him going so they can.
I wouldn't even call him a bust. I think
You
that
wouldn't the number 1 overall pick.
I think that
Has
he
he
did
won a
a.
playoff game?
I think that he did a okay
he been
job.
to a playoff game?
I
I don't
think
think
that
so.
he did an okay job up until now, when he gets suspended and he doesn't play for 3 games and he comes back and he just totally craps the bed.
How can you say he's not a bust?
I'm saying that he's not a bust because he has never severely underperformed until now.
I don't think he's a bust right
He's
now.
the
Like,
number
if
1
he, If
overall,
he keeps on
though.
playing
If
like
his
he
career-
has been this season for next year, the year after that, then yes, call him a bust. He's not a bust right now. You can't necessarily
He's not even
say
going to
that.
start.
Okay, let's move on. By popular demand, otherwise known as our producer Ryan Kolka, we need to spice up the podcast a little bit. So let's talk about the dangers of trick-or-treating for a while, shall we? So, when you're trick-or-treating, you got to make sure you're always with an adult. You know, child predators are always on the prowl in their vans. And they see a little boy dressed as the evil jester. They're like, that's the one. And they swoop you right off the streets. They just snag you right up. That's not ideal at all. That's not what you want. What are your thoughts on this, Bill?
I mean, yeah, go. I mean, but if you're getting to the age where you're like, Mom, Dad, stay home. Me and my friends are going out. You need a pack. Like, you need to go in like a wolf pack. You can't just like go by yourself or like with one other guy, or like girl, whatever. Go with the pack of your homies so you can be more.
Safe.
Yeah, you're safer.
Another thing about packing.
But on the flip side, you're gonna get less candy. Because if there's more of you, they're not gonna be like, hey, take as much as you want, take 2 pieces. If there's 2 of you guys, take a handful. That's what I'm saying.
got a point.
It
He has
really,
a point.
it really just depends on if you think you could outrun them or you can outrun your buddy.
Okay,
Oh,
what I'm thinking
shoot.
here, another
That's what I'm
thing,
saying.
there's two things I gotta add to this. Packing, always keep a gun on you as well for the child predators. Number
That's smart,
two,
that's smart.
check your candy.
Mm.
You gotta
Oh,
open it. You never know. You don't. They could have like a used needle in there, a used heroin needle in your Twix wrapper.
Make
You
sure
open
the
it up, and
wrapper-
bam,
there's
now you
no
got
openings.
AIDS.
Make
Now you
sure
got
there's
AIDS.
no openings in the wrapper. That's always dangerous.
Okay, I'm glad you brought that up because I saw a bunch of things. I think it's been for the past couple of years. People are like, "Oh, watch out for this certain kind of candy. People are putting drugs in them to give away to the kids." No drug dealer or adult is gonna put drugs in that. They would they're not making any money off it. That's a waste of money. I mean, they're not giving it away to kids. Okay, let's just get that out of here like now.
Halloween is just emo Christmas.
You're exactly
Normal
right.
kids.
Please explain. Please explain your thoughts.
Normal kids, such as ourselves, enjoy Christmas. Because Christmas, it's nice, it's snowy, you can go sled riding, you get
Get
presents,
Hot chocolate.
Santa Claus.
hot chocolate,
Santa,
coffee,
Christmas movies.
Santa, Rudolph,
Titanic.
I guess. You watch Titanic when it's not Christmas, so let's leave that one out. But Halloween, it's all the same, but for
It's not.
other
It's not
kids.
even the same. What are you talking about?
Hot chocolate, it's cold. It's not snowy, you can't go sled riding.
No.
Halloween movies, you get candy, which is basically a present for,
It's like a
you know,
stocking.
it's basically like, yeah, your stocking. And then
Is there a Santa Claus? Is there a type of? Is there like a Halloween?
jack-o'-lanterns.
There's a Santa Claus.
Pumpkin carving.
Pumpkin carving, yes.
That's fun, though. I love
People
that.
love pumpkin carving. I don't know, I don't
Pumpkin seeds.
enjoy
I like pumpkin seeds.
I
They
don't.
taste
I don't
really
mind
good.
it. I can't eat anything pumpkin except a pie. Like it's just so gross.
I don't like the guts though. The guts are just.
I don't like
I
touching
hate- I
them.
hate- no.
I don't like
I can't-
touching
I
them.
can't do it.
I don't
Can't
like
do
getting
it.
them out. It gets under my fingernails. What do you think, Eli?
You guys are ridiculous.
What did you
can't
carve this
compare
year?
Halloween to Christmas.
How? They're both
That's-
holidays.
They're both holidays. They're both in the general span of like 3 months. They have like the same things with them. There's no Thanksgiving movies. There's no Thanksgiving
The
presents.
Charlie Brown Thanksgiving.
Brown.
Okay,
Yeah.
but it's like 30 minutes long. It's not a movie. It's on TV. It comes around yearly, and you watch it, and you go, "Oh yeah, I remember when I watched this when I was like 6 years old." Now let's move on to eating the shit out of this turkey.
Football.
Football.
Football. It's not even football. Football's on before Thanksgiving anyway.
Yeah, but
It's
like
there's
that's
3
like the-
games on Thanksgiving though.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter. It's
That's
three.
the-
That's-
There's
it's
more
the-
than
it's
3
the-
games
it's
on
the day of
Sundays.
football. It's the day of football.
It is. Because that's like the only thing that's on.
Like
There might
Christmas
be-
is
there might
there's
be, like, a
basketball on
hockey game
Christmas
on,
and
but,
there's
like, who
football on
cares?
The
Thanksgiving.
Simpsons is always on FXX, so I don't want to hear that. And most of the time, the game sucks because it's usually the Cowboys and like
Cowboys,
some terrible
the Cowboys
team.
always
And the Lions.
play-
The Lions also always
and then
play
the
on
Lions are
Thanksgiving.
always the first game of the day.
Yeah, the Lions will end up playing like someone terrible, and the
Like,
Cowboys
no,
will
the
end up.
Lions usually play like
The division
AFC
teams.
North, yeah.
No, they usually play division teams.
yeah.
They never play
And
AFC
NFC
North.
Yes.
They played against the Vikings last year, didn't they?
Maybe I don't know, but
I remember because a couple of years ago on Thanksgiving, Lions were playing the Packers, and then Dominican Sue stepped on like some dude's crotch or whatever.
I missed.
Yeah.
I haven't heard from him. in a while.
Yeah, but anyway, Thanksgiving is just the best. Second best. I'll go second best holiday because Christmas. Is
You can't
my-
beat Christmas.
no,
is my
Christmas.
number one.
Christmas just has a vibe to it.
Yeah.
It's like it's great.
Christmas
it's a
music
great
is-
time. Christmas music. You know-
what's that channel that plays Christmas music all the time? Classy 100. I think that's what it is.
I think it's
it's
Classy
just
100.
Christmas music for like a month
yeah.
straight.
Just thinking about Christmas music gives me the vibes. Oh, no,
I'm excited
love-
for Christmas.
Well, I
now.
mean,
like,
Walmart's
screw
about,
Halloween.
Walmart's
I'm
about
excited
to
for
throw up the
Christmas.
Christmas stuff on November 1st and get all ready for it.
Yeah, I mean that's what always happens. Stores
I
are always
love
like,
it. I love it.
Black
Black Friday?
the day
Oh.
after Thanksgiving.
All right,
Like
this is what I'm thinking. Black Friday. I'm definitely going out. I'm buying a new TV. Like I have a smart TV. Like I just got it like a couple months ago, but I'm gonna get another one, not as big, so I can use it either for gaming or watching 2 games at once.
smart.
seems like a waste of money.
I don't think it's a waste of money. I think it's smart. Good call, Bill.
That's what I'm saying because I don't want to have to go out every weekend.
I'm going Black Friday shopping.
Because like if I go out, think about it. If I go out every weekend to watch football at like Fat Willie's or Buffalo Wild Wings,
That's money. that
I'm
you're
wasting
spending.
money every week.
Do you do that?
Yeah.
Why?
Because
You gotta watch
the
the
Cowboys
game.
games aren't always on.
Because they're
I
like.
thought they were like always on Fox.
No. Well, I mean, if they're good, but they're usually.
Okay, well, just don't. Why don't you just get the Sunday ticket?
Because that's
I
like
don't-
$300
All right, I don't have DirecTV anymore. I
You
got
can still
rid
get
of-
on the
I got
Xbox
rid
though.
of that.
You can get on the Xbox.
I was really angry about that, and now I have Dish.
You
It's
can't
not-
get the NFL Sunday ticket on Dish. You can
I
get
like-
NFL Red Zone.
I have Red Zone.
No,
It's
I
not
like
bad.
the bowling
not-
alley.
it's not
we used
terrible.
we used to be able to like go into the bowling alley. They had Sunday ticket.
Yeah,
now
then they
just chill
closed
there.
it. Yeah, that was nice. But Fat Willie's isn't bad either, but
Mm-mm.
there's just not as many TVs.
There's not as many TVs, and you still have to. Yeah, there's like not many people there either.
No, because me and Sarah went, I think, 2 weekends ago when the Cowboys were playing the Jags. There was like 10 people there. So
Eli, what do you
What
think?
are we even talking about right now?
Halloween.
About Fat Willie's?
Fat.
no, that was just a little branch off of it. Halloween. What
We
are you
already-
gonna?
I
What are
already
you
gave
gonna?
my
What are you
opinion
gonna
about
be?
Halloween.
What are you gonna be?
Nothing.
Why?
What would you want to be if you were going trick or treating?
Elijah Thomas Budo.
Wow, you're okay. Let's move on then. Just kidding. I'm not done with you.
Why don't you
Elijah.
want to go out and
What are
get
you
free
gonna be?
candy?
I'd like to be Lightning McQueen, but I
I'm
don't think
going
I
to
could-
be
I
a
couldn't find
gorilla.
one, so I can't be Lightning McQueen. So that's rough.
I think I'm either gonna be Dak Prescott,
No,
Zeke Elliott,
no,
D'Angelo Russell a couple years ago in the Lakers,
no.
Angry Bird,
Maybe.
Yes.
maybe a sexy school teacher,
I say yes.
or a nurse, whichever one
Sexy
is
nurse
available
is
at Walmart.
Sexy nurse, please.
Are you going trick or treating, Bill?
Oh, of course.
Free
There's
candy,
no
man.
way I'm not gonna get free candy.
You
It's
going?
like-
What? I'm going.
I am also going. Let's ask Eli.
Like no.
Eli, are you going trick or treating, my guy?
No.
Why?
I hand out candy.
Why? Why would you want to hand
You don't
out
get free candy from handing out.
Like, I mean, yeah, you get to eat it, but it's not fun. I mean, you can
No.
like, did you when you went trick or treating when you were younger?
Did you almost get like raped
How-
by someone?
Yeah.
Is that why?
Do you have a very traumatic experience with Halloween?
No, I just don't. I don't know.
Eli, in his head, is just sitting there. He's like, I'm
I don't. I
I'm
hate
quitting.
Halloween.
I'm
I
quitting.
think. All right. The worst.
Halloween.
What is the worst?
Is that what's going through your head the entire time right
Are we
now?
paused or no?
No.
What is the worst
Well, now-
major holiday? Major holiday. We'll go with.
Valentine's Day.
We'll go with July 4th, Valentine's Day.
What? The
July
4th of July is awesome.
Great. What do you mean it's the
No, no,
worst?
no.
No,
I'm
he's
saying
just- he's
all
just
the main
listing.
holidays between July 4th, Valentine's Day, New Year's Eve, Christmas,
Oh,
Thanksgiving,
New Year's
Easter, and
Eve.
Halloween.
New Year's
What
Eve
is
is
the
Oh,
worst?
stupid.
yeah, New Year's
Eve is stupid.
Halloween.
No.
No.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Do you think Halloween is the worst? You're not
Out
even
of
gonna
those,
put
yeah.
Valentine's Day.
Dude,
You're not gonna
chocolate-covered
put
strawberry.
New Year's Eve.
No. Here's
You're
my
not
thing
gonna
about
put
Valentine's Day.
Easter.
It's like a
I mean,
day for
Easter-
loving your
Easter's on the
significant.
decline.
Shut up! I'm talking. Valentine's Day is a day for loving your significant other. Do you not do that every day? That's what I'm gonna say. What's wrong?
This is so. This isn't.
Valentine's Day is stupid.
This isn't. This isn't an argument. It's Halloween. Halloween's the worst.
No.
How?
Halloween, you get to dress up and you get to have fun with your pals. You get to have fun. You get candy. It's fun
The
time.
only thing that competes for last place with Halloween is Valentine's Day.
What are the
I'm gonna
New
have
Year's
to.
Eve is-
Look,
New
Valentine's
Year's
Day
Eve-
stay
but
away
it's
for
still
people
much
to get
better.
money.
Huh?
Valentine's Day's a big scam.
Mhm.
Like it's just.
I have to
It's,
spend.
it's
for
just for the
chocolate
guys to
companies.
spend money.
Yep.
Yeah.
Added holiday.
It's not needed. At all.
Then you could say every holiday's a scam except for like Christmas.
No.
Christmas is Jesus' birthday.
Exactly. And
So,
Easter. Christmas
Thanksgiving is celebrating the
everything-
Pilgrims
All right,
and the
Thanksgiving.
Indians. History lesson.
July
4th of
4th 's
July.
Independence.
So they all have meaning.
Halloween's
Easter
a scam
is-
too.
Easter is when
What are we
Jesus rose
celebrating
from the
with
dead.
Halloween? Yeah, I said
Satan.
Easter. I said exactly.
That's what he said earlier. Emo Christmas.
What's the?
It's
how is-
emo Christmas.
How is that not a scam? It's buying. a
What
bunch
don't
of
you like
candy.
about emo
If you're
Christmas?
gonna say Valentine's Day is for cards, then Halloween is for the candy companies.
Yes, but cards are.
Covered strawberries.
You get to eat
I
the
love
candy.
chocolate
You get
covered-
to eat the candy. You don't get to eat the cards.
You get
Unless
to
you're,
eat
like, weird.
chocolate-covered
Unless you're, like,
strawberries.
weird.
I don't get
Yes.
cards. I get chocolate-covered strawberries.
That's stupid.
You know what?
Even
I
though
get?
chocolate covered strawberries are dummy gas.
I like chocolate-covered strawberries more than I like Hershey
Snickers.
bars.
Hershey's
Yeah,
isn't great, but
Hershey's
like
isn't
Snickers.
great.
And it makes you.
Snickers,
And it
though.
makes you feel like you're eating healthy.
I don't know about that. Same with like chocolate-covered pretzels. Sometimes you get some of those. on
I don't like
Halloween.
chocolate covered pretzels. I only like regular pretzels.
I love chocolate.
In conclusion,
Halloween's the worst.
Valentine's Day.
He's got a point.
Okay, so moving on from holidays, let's get into the college football playoff rankings.
All right, last night they came out and they had Alabama 1, Clemson at 2, LSU 3, Notre Dame 4, Michigan 5, and Georgia 6.
So how does that change? I think Michigan makes it in.
I think Notre Dame did beat Michigan, but they have an independent. They're not in a conference. Who else do they have to beat?
I mean,
Well, I
Northwestern's a good team. Northwestern could lose to Notre Dame and still go to the Big Ten championship. Northwestern is probably going to go to the Big Ten championship, and Notre Dame plays them this week. And Syracuse, they're not doing too bad. They play them in a couple weeks.
Well, also the thing is, LSU and Alabama play,
so one will.
and one's gonna. If LSU loses, they're gonna have 2 losses, which can basically take them out of the, unless a bunch of teams lose
No,
ahead of them.
because it'd be 2 losses, but they wouldn't be able to win the SEC. So they're done. If they lose this week,
Yeah.
they're done. Yeah.
So
I
that means Michigan would hop up because right now Michigan's 1 loss is to Notre Dame, so Notre Dame has that head-to-head win.
I think if Michigan wins out, they're in.
Oh no, there's no doubt about that.
There's no doubt
Yeah.
because they're gonna have to beat
Ohio State,
Ohio State still.
Penn State.
Penn State,
And like Northwestern.
and
something
Ohio
like
State's
that.
at Ohio State too.
I think Michigan can do it.
And then
I
I
think
think because Michigan's division in the Big Ten is so much better than the other one.
From the
I
West,
mean,
yeah.
Yeah, I don't even.
I don't understand why.
I,
it's
no
I think
question.
Wisconsin's in it.
Well, it's
but,
East
like,
and West. That's why.
Michigan
It's not-
already
they're not trying
destroyed
to even it out.
Wisconsin.
I think it's unfair though. The Big Ten is they have 3 top 15 teams, and only one of them can win the Big Ten.
Well, that's
And
just
only
how
one
it
of them
is.
can go to the championship. They
That's
can't
just
even
how
duke
it is
They
that
can't
they're
even
in the same,
duke it out for the winner. Like
I don't know. I like divisions. I mean, it kind of like it shows your region, I guess, which I like.
So, I think Michigan definitely makes it in this year. I think that they definitely have the potential to beat Ohio State and Penn State. I think that they definitely beat Ohio State after that just pitiful performance against Purdue. Ohio State's defense is a liability, but with their offense, they're still like they can still handle it. The problem with their offense, though, is that Michigan has the best defense in the nation, arguably.
They're up there. They're top.
Total
It's-
defense,
it's
they're
hard.
number 1.
Yeah, it's hard to argue with them as number 1.
And I think that with Penn State, the way that they've been playing this year,
Oh, they should blow out Penn
I
State.
think that Michigan definitely beats Penn State. That's in the big house too.
Yeah, they should blow them out. If they don't beat them by 20, it's an L. They should cover easily.
The thing is, with Ohio State, they already have 1 loss. I think if they can win out, then they'd get in the playoff because I think the playoff committee loves them. 'Cause they-
Who, Ohio State? I think they deserve to be if they went out. And
Yeah,
well, who would you put above them? It can't be LSU.
and you can't put Michigan over them because that'd be 2 losses for Michigan.
Oh yeah, and they'd be head
they'd
to
be
head.
done.
And then Georgia, they'd have another loss to Bama in the championship.
So that'd be 2 losses for them.
It has to. If Ohio State wins out, they're in. If Ohio State wins out and Washington State wins out, Ohio State's going to get over Washington State, even though
yeah,
Washington
for
State's
sure.
over them right now.
And then I think if Oklahoma,
I don't see
Michigan and Georgia are gonna have to lose,
All right, so
and then I think that could jump Oklahoma up and get in that final spot.
so if you had undefeated Bama, undefeated Clemson, undefeated Notre Dame, those 3 are automatically in. What if you have a 1-loss Big 12 champ Oklahoma and a 1-loss Big 10 champ Ohio State?
You're obviously gonna go with Ohio State because the committee likes them more.
Yeah.
But they've shown it in years past, even though I think they have like 6 new members out of the 13. I think it's because the Big 12 is
There's no defense.
exactly, and Ohio State's all-around good team.
If they
They
win
produce
it, yeah.
NFL players every year. They can reload more, and they're just a better overall team, I think, than Oklahoma. I really like Kyler Murray. I think he's really good, but I don't think they put Oklahoma ahead of Ohio State.
Yeah, I agree. And I think Ohio State would have the better resume over Oklahoma
Because
if they both
I
went
think the
out.
Big Ten is way better than.
Yeah,
well,
and you could say Ohio State's loss is worse than Oklahoma's loss, but who knows what's going to happen with Texas in the next month?
Yeah,
Because
for
they
sure.
could fall off too. They play West Virginia this week. That could drop them to bottom of the top 25.
Speaking of that, Penn State. They were a favorite in early part of the season, along with West Virginia. Everyone loved Will Greer, but
They just fell
they
off.
fell off. They're 6-1. I mean, they still only have
They
one
still
loss.
have a chance, but I don't see
I don't
them.
see him
Yeah,
coming
me
back.
neither.
Will Greer has played really bad lately.
He played good against Baylor, but at
It's-
the same time,
it's
that's
Baylor.
Baylor. Yeah.
I don't know. I want to see what he can do against. He plays Texas this week.
I don't know. My 4 teams.
Who do you guys
definitely-
got there? Texas or West Virginia?
I think Texas is going to bounce back against
think
an
Texas is
embarrassing loss
definitely
against
gonna-
Oklahoma State. Where's it at? Do you know?
It is it's at Texas.
Yeah, I think Texas is going to win then.
I think it's hard to go against that. I mean, Texas is gonna play pissed off.
Yeah.
They're gonna eat Will Greer because Will Greer's been playing. Like I said, he's been playing really bad lately.
He's been playing like wonkiness. Like seriously, like he was the Heisman favorite at the beginning of the year. Like everyone was like, Will Greer is going to lead West Virginia to championship. Like they're gonna win this year, and they just fell off. I think it's the same thing with like Oregon, and that really saddens me.
Well, what about Wisconsin? They're not even in the top 25.
Wisconsin was
anymore. They
ranked
fell off
4
like
at the
crazy.
beginning. Wisconsin was ranked 4 at the beginning of the season. That is ridiculous.
Auburn was ranked like 5 after they beat Washington. Washington's not in the top 25 anymore.
Mm-mm.
The Pac-12 was really good at one point. They had a lot of ranked teams, and then they stopped being good again.
I think
And
Pac-12 is
Washington-
dead unless Washington State gets a lot of help with like if the Big Ten champ has 2 losses, and I think Washington State's gonna need some.
I think
help.
Washington State was very underlooked, and then they became good, and everyone was like, "Oh wow, Washington State's actually not terrible."
I don't understand how they're over, because they're over Kentucky, right?
Who?
Washington State.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Washington.
They're 8.
I don't get
they're
that.
9.
Because Washington's loss was to USC. Like, that's not a good loss at all.
You know, Washington State.
Yeah, and Kentucky, they lost to A&M at Kyle Field, which is a tough place to play in overtime. So I mean, I think Kentucky should be over them, and even Ohio State. Ohio State lost to Purdue, but I still think at Purdue is a better loss than against USC.
Yeah, for sure.
So I don't really understand that. And you could say Washington State has some key wins, but the only other Pac-12 team in the top 25 right now is Utah.
Yeah, and I mean, they have 2 losses, so I mean, we don't even know how.
Yeah.
I think everyone below Texas in the rankings is dog shit. Like I don't know. I think it's a big fall off.
Yeah.
Because like
I
I mean,
think if
most
you're
of
not
those-
in the top 7, you have no chance of making the playoff.
Ohio State.
Ohio State definitely does.
A lot of people are talking about how West Virginia still has a shot, and if they win out, they do. But I just can't see them winning
I
out.
don't see West Virginia getting in, even if they do win.
I don't. Yeah, even if they win
Uh,
out, I don't see West Virginia getting in.
Well, then they'd beat Oklahoma probably twice, which is a couple really big wins.
Well, Oklahoma lost to.
Texas, and they'd beat Texas this week.
But you take them over Michigan or Notre Dame.
Well, I'm saying that they need some help, but I'm saying it's not impossible. If Notre Dame loses once, I'm taking an a 1-loss Big 12 champ West Virginia over a 1-loss Notre Dame, because that'd mean Notre Dame would lose to probably Syracuse or Northwestern. I guarantee if West Virginia wins the Big 12, and Notre Dame has one more loss, West Virginia is above Notre Dame.
I think
They
that
value conference championships a lot.
obviously Alabama makes it,
Clemson.
and then the bottom two, it's either going to be Notre Dame or Michigan, and maybe Ohio State. But I really can't.
I mean,
see
that's
them
like
sneaking in there.
the Michigan-Ohio State game is basically
Yeah.
a playoff for the playoff.
That decides who's going to have the chance. If Michigan loses, they're going to go down to like 15, and it's over.
Yeah, 2 losses. No one with 2 losses is gonna get in.
No matter what, though, this week should be fun.
Yeah, for
Georgia,
sure.
Kentucky, basically a playoff for the SEC championship.
What do you think about this though? I think they should extend the playoff.
Oh,
I
for
think
sure.
they should have
for
it.
sure.
They should have it
Maybe
18.
8, maybe a little more, but I think 8 would be perfect.
Yeah, I
An
think
18
eight's a
playoff
great
would be a
idea.
great idea. Because 4 teams, that's ridiculous.
I think
you're
they were
gonna
just
leave
trying
out-
to. I think
you're
they were
gonna
just
leave
trying
out-
to
No, 'cause
experiment with
here's what
it,
would
and
be,
now
Notre Dame would be having a rematch against Michigan. LSU would be having a rematch against Georgia. That would be amazing.
And 2 years ago, Penn State was the 5 team,
Mm-hmm.
and Ohio State, I believe, was the 3 team. And so you might have that would have been a really good rematch if they ended up playing each other
Oh,
too,
yeah.
because that was the game where Penn State had that field goal block.
I think an 18 playoff would definitely be much better than what the situation that they have now.
Yeah. I
'Cause
think, and I
that
think
more
they're
teams
not.
need a better chance to make the playoff because I think a lot of good teams don't make the playoff every year.
And I
Yeah.
think
Then
they
they play
agree with
meaningless
that.
bowl games.
I think they agree with that. They were just experimenting and making sure everybody likes it and it's working. And then I think eventually they'll go.
I think
to
they should have
6 or 8.
debuted it as 8 teams because I think they should have figured like everyone's gonna like a playoff for college football. Like that's gonna be a great thing to have.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that they were just kind of a little bit afraid. I think it would have worked, but I think they were a tiny bit afraid to go from 2 to 8.
And I think
They
the
were just
old
kind of
system
easing
was-
it up.
I think the old system
BCS was
terrible.
awful. I hated
The
the
BCS
With all
series.
those
Oh, you'd have the
It's all
1 and
computer
2.
stuff. It's not about
Yeah.
looking and watching football.
The number 1 and 2 team would play for the meaningful bowl. That's it. The rest of the teams would play for some stupid bowl. I mean, the
Quick
Rose
Rose
Bowl.
Bowl.
The Rose Bowl was
Big.
a big one, and the Cotton Bowl
Yeah.
was
And
another.
And the
Fiesta.
Fiesta
And the
Bowl.
Fiesta Bowl.
Orange Bowl.
Yeah.
That's a New Year's Six bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really just depends. I'm glad they're doing this, and I think in the next couple of years they're gonna eventually move it to 8 because I think that's gonna help with.
I wouldn't be
And
surprised
money-
if they went
and
to
they get
6
money
first.
from it too. Like,
Oh, for sure.
I wouldn't be surprised if they moved it to 6 first and then to 8.
I think you definitely move it directly to 8.
I think they should move it to 8, but I wouldn't be surprised if they moved it to 6 first.
And have the
to
top 2
ease into
teams
it.
play by, have
Yeah.
a bye, and then
Right.
pretty much how the NFL playoffs
Re-
work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks like all the time that we have for today. Thank you for tuning in this week. I'm Jack Meno,
I'm Eli Buda.
I'm Nate Jones.
And I'm Bill Jukes.
and this has been The Wrong Time.
And don't forget, kids, people are not giving out drugs. Don't worry.
Follow us on Twitter at _TheWrongTime. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google Play. And don't forget to like and subscribe. The end.